Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? I just took the microphone out. For some reason, no sound. Still can't hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me now? Hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, I got a new toy. I was trying to use my new little microphone, but we might not be using it today. I know. No audio. That is so crazy. Still no sound. Get on your job. I do need to get on my job. You're right. I do. I do need to get on my job. But can you hear me? Is the question. Can y'all hear me? Fix the sound. Okay. Yes. Some people hear me. Some people saying fix the sound. Which one? Can you hear me? Yes. We're good. Thumbs up. We can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me in the comments. There's a sound and can hear you. Perfect. So, y'all, I was super excited about using my new microphone, but I thought I charged it last night. But clearly we're gonna have to test it another day because we're gonna get on it. Okay, so hello, welcome. We're going live. So today we are using. Yeah, you're right. She is waiting for me. They said stop talking and make that money. The lady is waiting for you. She is waiting for you. You're right. She is waiting for me. She is. So let's get to it. So today we're using the Design Essentials Lavender and Agave Blowout System. We started with step 1, which is the shampoo, the luxurious hair bath. Then we went to step 2, the conditioner, detangling conditioner. Now we have already sprayed 3, the blow dry shield. So let's go ahead and detangle her. If you have seen me live before, you already know I'm going to detangle first. Now the thing about the blow dry shield, it is going to allow the hair to keep its curls. It's going to give a nice heat protection, and you don't need any additional detanglers. We did her roots today, so we are coming off a fresh color. So we wanted to make sure we used our Design Essentials Lavender Agave Blowout System. It's definitely going to help us with the longevity of her blowout. As y'all know, yesterday was, if you may not know, yesterday was the first day of spring. So we might be seeing a little bit more humidity. About an hour. Yes, sir. We might be seeing a little bit more humidity. Yes, sound has gone again. Y'all, the devil is a liar. What in the world is happening? No sound. Can y'all hear me? Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, so let's get to it. We are detangling her hair. So we're going to separate her hair in 4 to 6 sections, 2 in the front. We're going to do 2 in the front and 2 to 4 in the back. And we are going to detangle her hair from ends to roots. So we are detangling. And then we're going to put Bantu knots in her hair. So we're going to do her Bantu knots. She does have bangs. Because she has bangs, I typically leave those out. Okay, I typically leave the bangs out because I don't want them to get that hard line middle part in them. So I leave her bangs out on both sides. Now we can detangle this back section. I hope y'all can hear me. I don't think I've ever had this much trouble with my sound. And I'm just not feeling that. So if y'all can still hear me, put a thumbs up in the comment and just tell me I can hear you. Because I need to know. And don't troll me and say you can't hear me. You really can't hear me. Somebody said my sound was on mute. I don't even know how to do that. Really. So the beautiful part about the detangling process, you see the part is not straight at all. You can hear me fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The part is not straight at all, but it doesn't matter, right? Like the part at this part in her blow dry service, it doesn't matter, especially because her hair tends to tangle. So when you have, or if you have hair that easily tangles, don't worry about straight parts. Don't worry about that. You just want to part the hair off where it naturally separates. And then, like you see, I'm using the tail end of my comb, and we're just letting the hair separate where it naturally wants to, right? And then we'll worry about the tangles when we get there. So we got this section here. And let us detangle. And again, I always start from ends to roots. And you see me holding the hair with a fist, actually. I'm holding her hair tight. And that's just because I don't want to cause any unnecessary tension to her scalp. And I want to make sure her hair is detangled thoroughly. I'm always using my wide tooth comb. See, wide tooth comb. And then we're going to comb her hair out and make sure the comb can glide all the way through, just like that. And then another Bantu knot. So you see this section is bigger. Why? Because that's where the hair wanted to separate. So I did not force it. As long as there are sections in the back, sections in the front, it's fine. If you do have a Bantu knot that doesn't want to stay, just add a clip. Now let's go ahead and detangle the last section. Remember, she does have bangs, so we're going to part those bangs off in the front. And we actually usually trim her bangs every time because she wears them kind of long. And you know, bangs get long fast. So we're going to do our Bantu knot. And the reason why we like the Bantu knots is because it keeps the hair moisturized. It's going to keep the hair good and moisturized while we are getting to our sections. So if you've ever done your hair and while you were detangling one section, it was dry before you got to the next, Bantu knots are for you. Now I'm going to be using the tension blow dry method and my Denman brush. So if you've seen me before, you've seen my Denman paddle brush, and I'm just going to twist the Bantu knot like a knob and detangle one more time. Okay, you want to make sure the brush can glide all the way through the hair and pull the hair taut and blow dry. And y'all see how straight the hair is already. And we're just gonna go through with our dimming brush and keep on blow drying. So we have got the first section of hair blow dried. Let's go to the next section in the back. Hi. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. For those of you who just got here, I am Jamie with Curly Girl Coach Salon and Education Center, where it is our goal and our mission to help people with naturally curly hair learn to care for their hair and reach their hair goals. Now today we're using the Design Essentials Lavender and Agave blow dry and silk press system. And we're using the tension method. So let's blow dry the next section. Alrighty. Let's go to our next section. Let me move y'all on around so y'all can see what's happening. And we're going to detangle the section with our brush and blow dry. Now let's get our dimming brush and keep on blow drying. Hi, thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any hair related questions, please put them in the chat and I'll answer for you. Okay, let's get this last section. I'm gonna move y'all around so y'all can see. Last section. Twist like a doorknob. And then we detangle. This is the tension blow dry method. Detangle, and then we blow dry. Let's give a bang. All righty. Now her hair is absolutely gorgeous. Literally hair goals for sure. Thank you. What we're gonna do, let me back y'all up a little bit. Can y'all see her ends? You can. We're gonna trim her ends today. And of course we trim her bangs every time. But today we are gonna trim these ends because we did color. And usually when we do, we go ahead and give those ends a nice little nip. We are going to be curling her hair and pin curling, so you will all get to see that as well. Of course, when I am, let's take this towel off. Actually, we're gonna change this cape altogether. It's a little wet. And if you know anything about curly hair, as soon as that hair gets moisture to it, it will revert back, and that's not the goal. We just blow dry her hair, so we do not want any reversion. So we're gonna give her a fresh, dry cape. And I'm sure y'all can see her ends a little better on this pink cape. it down just a tinge. Perfect. And we're literally just going to give her hair a nip. I'm going to stand in front of y'all for a second to make sure my first thing is straight. Her hair is growing so much. And we usually just curl it and pin curl it. That's it. She comes every 3 weeks. And then every 3 weeks. And then we do color as needed. Our last time doing color was in December. At the end of December. So this time has gone by pretty quickly since her last color. Yep, since her last color. So we want to trim these ends. And a lot of people ask me when you should trim. And I go over this a lot when I'm trimming ends in the salon. Some people have a time frame up every 8 to 10 weeks, every 12 weeks, whatever the case may be. For me, it depends on a lot of different things. And we use the indicators in the hair that say, hey, it's time to trim, such as split ends, if your hair is not holding a curl, if you're experiencing fairy knots, all of those things mean that it's time to trim your ends. We got some flyaways over here. I'm gonna show y'all something. Y'all see the static? Y'all might not be able to see it. But as I am combing her hair, we've got some static. So, if you have static in your hair, is this the one I want? Nope. If you have static in your hair, you just take a leave-in conditioner, go back far from the hair, and spray. Just a little bit, and that's even if your hair is naturally curly. And then look, no more flyaways. So that's all. Let's keep trimming. And any leave-in conditioner will do the trick. Okay? We got some static over here too. So let's spray. And I always go far back because we're not trying to saturate the hair. We're just trying to get rid of the static. So let's trim these sides. And then I usually trim her bangs last, which is, I'm sure we'll do that again today. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Does this side have static? Indeed it does. And you see, I'm going far back as I can because I only want the mist from the product to touch her hair. I don't want her hair to be saturated or anything like that. We just don't want the flyaways. That's it, that's all. Let's just look in her layers to see if they need a little TLC, and they do, just a tad. And some people's hair is more prone to tangling than others, and if yours is, you just got to give it some TLC, you know. When you do hit a tangle, and I'm sure if you were here while I was blow drying, you noticed as I was blow drying her hair, if I hit a tangle, if I hit a snag in her hair, I did not force the brush or comb through. I simply take it out and start again. And then kind of go from the ends to the roots. So there was something that I wanted to share with you all today, and I'm so super excited. I have been working to join the YouTube partnership program, and I am officially a member of the YouTube partner program, and that's because of you all watching, engaging, liking, commenting on all of my videos. So I so appreciate you all for that. So you can join my membership by clicking the link. And if you are interested in any of the products that I'm using today, you can just click the link in my bio, and you'll see it there. The last step of the Lavender and Agave blowout system is step 4, the weightless thermal serum. And we're just gonna pump a couple of times in our hand. Emulsify, that means rub it together and go through the hair. So yeah, we're here celebrating my birthday today. After, I'm gonna get dressed and do a couple things with my friends. But I said, let me go live. Let me go live and share with you all as well. But y'all, this Lavender Agave blowout system is literally so great for the hair. It keeps it moisturized longer, it keeps it straight longer, and prevents that reversion, which if you have curly hair, you know, or if you live in a place with high humidity. I'm in the South, so thank you. So I'm in the South, so it gets pretty humid here, so we need a little bit of extra to keep our hair from getting frizzy. So this Agave and Lavender blowout system, it does the trick every single time. So if you know me, you already know I have to part the hair off in sections. So I always do from ear to ear off of wherever your part is. So I leave her bangs in the front because we don't want the bangs to have an unnatural part anywhere, right? So I always leave the bangs forward, and then I'll part off from ear to ear, and then we part in the back, and then we'll be using 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch sections. Of course, I always love my Paul Mitchell Neuro flat iron. It has 30-second heat up time, as well as automatic shut off, all those things. So we'll let that heat up for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna turn on our baby flat iron. And with the baby flat iron, I like to use that on the edges. So again, like we were talking about natural hair or curly hair, it likes that moisture and it likes to go back curly. So we are trying to keep the hair from being curly, so making it a little bit heavier around the edges does the trick. So we use a wax stick. So with the wax stick, we just go through and apply it. If you have curling wax, it does the same thing, but just apply a thin layer all around the edges. I'll do the front too. All around the edges. Now, if you've seen people use, wax sticks or wax before, especially on extensions, is to get rid of the flyaways, all those things. But here, because we are using it to straighten her edges, we have to apply heat. Head down for me slightly. And we just use our little baby and we go through, slightly pull and go through. Pull and go through. And I'm sure you can already see the difference here, right? So since y'all are in here, make sure you like the live, subscribe. I do post every day and I go live a couple times a week. This is my first time going live this week, but you know, I have been celebrating my birth. But I said I cannot let this week go by without going live and seeing y'all. So thank you so much for tuning in with us on this good Saturday. Spring is officially here. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but here it's a beautiful day, and it was yesterday. So that always makes my heart smile. But let's get into this curling. We have gotten her edges nice and sleek, always my first step. And now we're gonna go through and curl. Now I usually pin and curl at the same time, but since you beautiful people are here today, we are going to curl her hair and then we'll pin it all after. So we've got our first section, flat iron is ready, and we're taking 1/2 inch sections. Usually at the nape, I do take larger sections because it's not as much hair towards the nape for anyone. And we've already gone through and used our wax stick. And I'm just letting the hair glide around the flat iron. And look at those beautiful curls. And of course, we're gonna pin them for her last. But we just let that flat iron glide on through, and that's what it does. This particular iron, the Paul Mitchell Neuro, I'm not a partner, but I should be. It has beveled or rounded edges, and that really helps to give a lot of body as well as curl. So if you do have any hair related questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comments. And if you notice, I'm not using any additional product here. We are just using the Lavender and Agave system. It gives the shine, it gives the body, and the long-lasting blowout without reversion and without damage. So if you are interested in the blowout system, you can look at the description, as well as it's the first link in my bio. So click that link and it'll be the first thing that you see, the Lavender and Agave blowout system. Also, I have some freebies in my bio. So if you do have natural curly hair or know someone that does, that could be beneficial to you. Take advantage of those digital resources, and they have an instant download. So I do go to the roots first, just to make sure that the roots are nice and smooth, and then I work my way down slowly so I can curl the hair evenly. One thing I also notice is when I am getting to the middle of the head, a lot of times I go ahead and part off smaller sections, because typically in the middle, the hair is more dense. So you've got more hair there, it's thicker, and we want to make sure that the hair in the middle is just as smooth. So in order to do that, I just take smaller sections so it's not as much hair in the iron. Also, if the hair is extremely dense, I might give it a little spray of S3 spray. And that's just a UV protection that softens and silkens the hair. In this case, I think we might be all right without using it until the end. So we're doing the same thing, but if you notice, it's a much smaller parting, much smaller section. Before we were doing about 1/2 inch sections. This is probably half of that, 1/4 of an inch section, but we have nearly the same amount of hair in the iron because our hair is thicker in this section, like most people's. And if you need, once the hair has glided all the way through the iron, just roll it up just to give it a little bit more heat. So where y'all tuning in from? Where y'all tuning in from today? We are in North Carolina enjoying today's beautiful weather. And then after I leave here, I'm going to a tea party. So excited about that. Celebrating my birthday. We just going around. And if we think it's not, we went too fast, we go back up and come on back down. And it's just gonna give us a little bit more longevity for our curls, because we don't want to go outside and have these curls fall immediately. That's not the goal. You're in Florida, Cypress, Texas, Virginia. Thank y'all for telling me. We got folks tuning in from a little bit of everywhere today. Okay, let's keep on going. Y'all, we're wrapping this thing on up today. So, and for those of you who are just tuning in with us, I am Jamie from Curly Girl Coach Salon and Education Center, where it is our goal and our mission to help people with naturally curly hair reach their hair goals. And today we're using the Design Essentials Lavender Agave Blowout System. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. If you feel so led to do it, in one of the corners or somewhere, I don't know, y'all, there's a $sign. So if you want to buy me a cup of coffee for my birthday, you can do that. And also, all of the products that I'm using are on my website, curlygirlcoach.com, and you can also find the link to the Lavender and Agave collection in the link in my bio. You're gonna just go to my bio, click the link, and it is the very first link that you see. And I ship all over the country, the US. So let's keep on going. So if you do have questions, please ask me in the comments, y'all, because we're wrapping this We're wrapping this thing on up because I got to get dressed. We got places to go today. But we couldn't let this week go by. Hi. We couldn't let this week go by without going live. So here we are. I was a little disappointed today because one, my family got me a microphone, a lapel mic to use during my lives and content. And I tried to use it today and it was not working. I actually had to turn my live off, come back in several times, and some folks were still complaining about the volume not being able to hear me. So that was a little bit disappointing today. So maybe we're gonna have to have another test run soon so we can get it together. But in the meantime, her hair is flowing. It's doing what it was designed to do. So we always love that. Hi, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know, I didn't say Massachusetts. Hey, Florida. I've got family in Florida. This is the last piece in the back. And y'all, her curls are so pretty. And the pin curls are just going to allow them to stay even. Cape Cod, hey, thank you for tuning in today. Let's move this camera so y'all can see the side as I it looks beautiful. Thanks so much. Can y'all see this side over here? Maybe. Trying to let y'all be able to see what's happening on this side. Okay. I think that's a little better. There we go. What I did not say either was make sure you use a carbon comb when you are flat ironing hair because it keeps you from your comb melting. I just noticed my comb, when I put my flat iron down, my comb was on top of my iron. And I was so glad that I had my carbon comb because it didn't melt. I love that you allow your client to experience seeing their hair being done. Absolutely. And I know everybody's different. Some people turn their clients' backs to the mirror and then have this reveal or whatever, but this is actually how I was trained, with my client toward the mirror, and my clients love that experience too. So yep. Now when you are flat ironing the sides, we are going to use diagonal partings and go back away from the face. And you see I hold it where I want the hair to bend. But right now you can see that part. So we're gonna part on a diagonal so this piece can cover up that part because we don't need people all in our business like that. You like my pink Christmas tree? Thank you. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, this is my second year for my pink Christmas tree, so I don't know how long I'll keep it back up. But last year, I had my pink Christmas tree and I was so excited about it for Christmas, but it didn't come until like days before Christmas, right? So I was like, I have got to enjoy my tree all year. So one of my clients, so graciously, she crochets, and every single holiday, she puts different things on my tree. So right now, there are clovers and pots of gold on my tree. And I'm sure she'll have eggs or whatever. I never know what she's going to put on my tree. Um, and and yeah, so my tree is still up. Some people are like, take that down, but I think it adds a little festive element to the space. So, yeah. My Christmas tree, well, right now it's not a Christmas tree. It is St. Patrick's Day tree. But I'm sure, I think she comes in next week, and I know she's going to come in with a bag of ornaments. But it's not even my tree anymore. It's my client's tree. She crochets the pieces. She decides what's going to be on there. And I'm just here, you know? I'm just here. How pretty, y'all. Okay, so let's go around to this last section. Get some eggs to hang on it. So last year she crocheted some 3-dimensional Easter eggs, and they were so pretty. She had different colors, different things. But you know, I told you it's my client's tree now, so whatever she puts on it is what it's gonna be. You know, that's just what it's gonna have to be. So, but last year she did have eggs, but this year, because this is our second year doing the tree, can y'all see? Y'all don't want to see me. Because this is our second year doing the tree. She's been adding some different things. So last year it was just the clovers, and then this year she had the clovers and added some pops of gold. So, you know. I have not cleaned up, so please don't judge the salon unless y'all gonna come help me clean it. We can do that soon. She is my last client for the week. And we're going to get on out of here. What time is it? 12:49. Are we doing? We're doing good. We're doing good. And we're doing the same thing on this side. Just gliding through and backward so we can curl this piece. Don't forget the diagonal that covers up our part so people are not in our business. But we're still curling the hair backward. I prefer to use a flat iron because I can smooth and curl simultaneously, but you are more than welcome to use these same steps with a curling iron. And I have curling irons, but these days I use flat irons so much more. I hope y'all can see pretty good. Don't drop that, Jamie. I hope y'all can see pretty good. This is our last little piece on this side. And we're just gonna go through and straighten her bangs just a bit. Okay, let's move y'all back around to the back. Thank y'all for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. I'm just gonna go around here and flat iron her bangs. And while I'm here, probably need to go in and trim them. What is different is I'm chasing, if y'all can see me in the mirror, I'm chasing through with a comb because we don't want that same amount of curl in her bangs. We actually just want them to be smooth. And then we're gonna pin curl. And then I'm gonna get dressed with my gloves and my fascinator to go to tea. Okay. Is that a good thing?
Yes. Yes. Good. Yes.
Okay. Y'all, my beautiful client is so kind. And because we pink curl her hair every time, she brings her pins back. She brings her pins back. Need to go just a little shorter on this side. She brings her pins back every single time. So we are going to use the pins. Now, of course, I would never use her pins on anybody else. And she brings them back for me. And we go ahead and use her pins because I know she uses them at home too. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good. And we're gonna get the pin curling. Now, this is the Lavender Agave system. Of course, I'm not gonna comb through her hair at all because we got to pin curl it. First thing, is this coming out? Yeah, it is. First thing I do is spray a little bit of the S3 spray on her hair. And then we're gonna pin curl it. I part the hair off back where it was to begin with, right? So I part it off. And this is what you're gonna do at home. And this is how people keep their curls in a heatless way. So for me, pin curls are way more comfortable to sleep in than rollers. But if you don't pin curl your hair correctly, you can cancel Christmas because it's just not going to turn out right in the morning. Okay? So we're gonna just be using regular bobby pins, closed bobby pins, and then we're going to take big sections of our hair. So what I want to show you is you really don't need a comb. You can do this with your fingers because you don't want to have hard parts. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 imaginary sections in her hair. The first 2 sections closest to the face, you're going to pin curl them going backwards. This section closest to the front section, you'll pin curl it the same way going backward. And this one too. So let's do it. We are just taking pretty healthy sections. And the thing about pin curls is the smaller your pin curls, stay on up there now. The smaller your pin curls, the smaller your curls. The larger your pin curls, the larger the curls. And you see, I'm smoothing the hair together because we want all the curls in this section to marry and become one big curl. You see that? So we take our ends and we want to put them inside of the curl, and then we roll it up to her scalp. Use our pin and pin the hair in place. I'm gonna do this whole section just because I'm over here. And we're gonna make this 2 pin curls. And it's so easy to do this at home. The biggest thing is you want to make sure the end of the pin curl is inside of the curl. Like that's the key, because if not, it's gonna create fish hooks. When you unpin the hair, it's not going to look like you want it to. So smooth that hair together so that curl is all together. Make sure that end is tucked. And what I like to think about, it's like having a roller in your hair without the roller being there. So it gives you very comfortable sleep. Tie your hair up with a scarf, something flat, and then you can put a bonnet on. And that's it, that's all. I think we'll do one section here. And notice all of these pin curls, I am pin curling them the same direction away from her face. Or clockwise. And pin it in place. And now we have one more at this top, and we'll go to the next section. Another thing, of course, when she is taking a shower, keep the head wrapped and with the bonnet and a shower cap on top of that. That's just going to keep the hair from reverting, and when she takes it down, it would need to be in a place without much humidity out of the bathroom, right? Because you just came out of the bathroom. Humidity is just water in the air. Steam is the same thing, water in the air. So once you get out of the shower, you want to make sure that you go in a different room to take your pants down. This section is a little bit bigger, so we're going to do 2 at the bottom here. And notice now I am not going counterclockwise. I'm not going clockwise, I'm going counterclockwise, because this is a whole new section and we want to pin away from the face, from the section closest to that one in the back. I hope that makes sense. So the section adjacent to it, you're gonna roll those pins the same direction. So this one and this one. And keep on pinning. You can use those silver clips, but to me, this little part isn't that comfortable, right? So I don't do that. I like to use bobby pins. They're flat. Okay, roll it on up, hold it in place, and bobby pin it down. And what's happening is these 2 sections in the back meet. They're rolled 2 opposite directions. So let's keep on going. Do 2 sections here, or maybe 1. And then we'll do 1 on top. Very simple process. It does not take long at night, but it makes all the difference. Some people also like to do a big bantu knot, 1 or 2 on top of their head. So you can also do that to keep the curl, especially if you have a little more length on your hair. But the thing about pin curls, they work no matter how long or how short your hair is. And roll it on up. And pin it in. Okay. Y'all have been amazing today. Let's get this section here. Okay. Same thing. Remember, this is the section closest to her edges, and we are going to pin it going backwards. The bigger the sections for your pin curls, the bigger the curls, the smaller the section, the smaller the curls. So let's get a couple more pins. As we do this section. Okay. Smooth it together and make sure the ends are tucked inside and just roll it on up. I learned how to do pin curls in beauty school, and it changed the game for me. We used to have to do pin curl sets on mannequins. So we're gonna take this section and do the same. Make sure the end is tucked and roll it on up. Take our pin and put it inside. Now, as for her bangs, I do kind of pin curl them too, but of course we don't want a big curl. So the pin that is closest to her bang, I just add her bang, half of her bangs to them. And I'll show you what I mean. And I usually secure them with a open pin. So let me grab. I don't need two open pins, like the hairpin. So I secure it with the hairpin in the front. So I take half of her bang and I just smooth it down with a pin curl. And then I'll take the hairpin and then just pin it on in. We might need two, but that's okay. See, it's not curled at all. Because we don't want it curled. We just want it to be, away from the face. This is our last section. Get excited. I don't know if y'all are, but I've got things to do to continue my celebration, so. Y'all probably be able to see how I do her bangs a little better on this side. And we're probably only gonna have 2 pin curls. So as we wrap up today, remember I am Jamie with Curly Girl Coach Salon and Education Center. I'm located here in the beautiful Greensboro, North Carolina. And it is our goal and mission to help people with naturally curly hair learn to care for and reach their hair goals. Today we use the Lavender Agave blowout system from Design Essentials. It helps the hair from reverting longer and gives some humidity resistance. So if you're interested in that product, you can find it in the link in my bio. It is the very first link, as well as in the description today. If you would like to join my membership, you can also do that by grabbing the link in my description. So remember I said her bang, I'm just adding it to the back. And I've got my open pin. So while y'all are here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I do go live weekly and I post daily. So this is a part of her bang. So we're just going to pin it back with the pin closest to it, but not in a circle, right? So now that she Y'all, my ring light is broken, but it's all right. That's why it wobbles around. But it gets the job done for now. All right, so now we got the pins. We're gonna give her hair a little spray. I'm gonna give it a little spray with the S3 spray. Bam. And we're going to tie her hair down. She likes to use net. I like a net too because it's not hot. So we're just gonna put that around the front. Get those ears on out. Go down and around to the front. This would be if you're going to bed, or if you're like my lovely client who is not taking her hair down into service tomorrow. Now we're gonna take this little piece here and just tuck it on in. But you want something that's gonna allow your pin curls to be flat to your head. So a scarf, a hairnet, something. And then the piece de resistance, add your bonnet. And that's it. You are ready for long-lasting curls. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in with me for my special day. I hope your day is absolutely amazing. So don't forget to like this live, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.